Hey guys.
Alright folks, we're here today to check out a video that was requested not on Patreon, not even on the comment section of our channel. This video was requested by a good friend of ours, Aaliyah from Shield of Wings. And anybody that buys me a free lunch at a festival or at a show, in this case was Prog Power, it's good in my books. Yeah. And it deserves at least one video.
It wasn't just you, it was me too. And look at us. We don't come cheap. We're not your...
We don't need appetizers. I mean, we do.
We do eat appetizers.
But we eat something after the appetizers as well. The appetizers for us are really just an appetizer.
Yeah, and then weren't we sitting there, like, twiddling our thumbs afterwards, like, you know, a piece of cheesecake
I could have
wouldn't hurt.
2 of those appetizers.
Oh, true.
Yeah. So, anyways, the name of the band is Cariosus? Is that where you're going with?
Am I going with? You're going
Listen,
with?
Folks, friends, Pope Francis, start naming your band something that's easy to pronounce and to remember. They're not from Greece, I don't think.
I don't know.
Anyways, the name of the song is All Too Human. This is the 2024 version of being all too man.
Oh, I thought you were going to say...
It's too much man. Yeah. You can't say that now because of the whole
too
patriarchy. Yeah, like he's a man's man. You can't be a man's man anymore.
You can.
That shit is not kosher.
You can kosher?
Yeah.
That shit's not halal.
You've never heard that expression before?
No, why would you use
Holy
kosher?
Shit, you've never heard that before.
I'm
breaking
kosher,
new ground here.
But kosher, like, why would you say kosher? Like,
it's like saying like that shit is not haram. It's the same shit.
Well, it is haram.
Or
technically,
whatever.
It is haram, but that shit's not halal.
All right. Anyhow, moving on. All Too Human, Cariosus. I'm curious.
All right.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Don't ask me what I think. You have to go first on this one. Just letting you know right now.
Damn, so aggressive.
All right. I need some water. I got something in my throat I need to clear.
I don't know, man. I enjoyed it, but I felt like there was something
Missing?
There was something missing, but also I felt like there was some stuff that was done not correctly within the track. Definitely having
the music video is good.
The music video is very good.
I'll say that much.
I'll say that.
Not because James did it, but the video is really well done.
The song starting, I like that intro, and I like that.
I thought the intro was a little bit long.
But I felt like it was way too long, and there was a part where you think it's going to start, but it doesn't.
The intro is way too... For a song that's just over... Like, it's less than 6 minutes, the intro takes almost 2 minutes.
But my problem with it was that it sounded like there was an opening to start, and they didn't start. If you're going to make it long, make sure that opening is not there. Because why...
No, not only that. If you're going to make it that long, make it sure that you give us a jolt when the track then kicks in.
Exactly.
Like the jolt that you give us at the end, that jolt should have been at that point.
That jolt was...
Because then you have like a little bit of a limpering into the song.
Yeah, like...
And you already had this huge intro to take you into the song.
You asked me. You didn't want to talk, and now you're talking.
All right.
Listen. Let's start from the beginning here. The song starts out, and I enjoy the melody. Now... I agree with you there. The melody is way too... It goes on for way too long. My main problem is the fact that there is a divot there for it to kick into something, and it doesn't do that. It just continues where that divot is. So it throws you off a bit. You're like, fuck, okay, it's not starting when it should... When a song should start, like, especially when it builds up to that, it doesn't start. Then when you think it's going to do that again, instead of jolting you in, it gives you the bass line. And then you're like, okay, what are you doing to me here? Then it jolts in, but when it jolts in, instead of jolting in with power, ferocity, a wall of sound behind it, and just evil sounds, right? When you think that's going to happen, it's like the limp dick excuse of it, right? And I also felt like when everything did come in, the vocals and the song itself were on different playing fields. I felt like he was way too slow for what the song wanted, and that's obviously been something in other songs. Vocalists, the lyrics and everything will be slower than the song. The song will be a lot faster, yet the way they deliver it allows it to catch up. So they're not going as fast as the song, but the way they're delivering each line...
Yeah, they're not Art Spy, where it's like...
The way they're delivering the lines, it makes it seem like it's catching up, yet they're not. I feel like they tried doing that, but it didn't work because the vocals felt too... Even though the vocals felt like they had that power...
I like the vocals.
They didn't seem like they were catching up at the start when it hits you in. It didn't seem like they were catching up.
Man, but... Okay, never mind, you go.
They didn't seem like they were catching up. Which throws you for a loop, and it throws you off again, which the song has already thrown you off 3 times now. And then it goes into itself, and that little portion there, I enjoyed it. Having it's an enjoyable sound. Like the sound itself, the instruments, everything, it's very enjoyable. But I feel like that really threw me off. And then it stops, and then it turns into something else, and then it goes with that jolt that you're talking about at the end, which I felt like needed way more power because of the lack of power at the first one. And I also feel like what this song needs is a wall of sound that didn't happen. There was no wall of sound. It needs that I need to be like needing to hold my headphones on my head because the sound
is in the fetal position.
Yeah, but it never gave me that. It gave me a longing for more. That's what this song ended up giving me. It gave me stuff that I enjoyed, stuff that I liked to hear, certain guitars that I enjoyed. But in the end, I'm longing for more out of the song.
All right, can I go now?
Yeah.
I feel like this band has all the right tools. But it would be like me being given the tools to perform a brain surgery knowing nothing to do with them. Having all the right tools sometimes is not enough for you to put together something that is somewhat coherent. I'm not even talking about cohesive. I'm talking about coherent.
It's like giving some.
Okay.
I was gonna make another analogy.
This band, break it down. All right. I didn't mean as DX. So it has a vocalist that I really like the delivery. I really like the vocals. I like the sound. I like the delivery. I like the raspiness. I like the heavier stuff, the more screaming stuff. I really like it. Bass playing. I really enjoyed the bass playing on this track.
Smooth.
I thought it was smooth. It sounded really good. And it added this underlying darkness. The guitar player obviously knows his shit. Really good guitar playing. And I actually really like the guitar sound overall that the song has. Same things with the drums. Super textured, with a lot of depth, not overpowering the song, but creating a nice backdrop that pushes those guitars into the forefront. So when I look at this track individually, when I look at the musicians and this song individually, they all have incredible attributes. All of them. All of them. If I'm putting a band together, I could ask all of these guys to be in my band because all of them are obviously good at what they do. What perhaps the band is lacking is a little bit better composition when it comes to actually writing songs that have some sort of an idea that bring the listener in. I mean, for me, a song, the way I approach music as a listener, obviously not as a musician because I'm not one, but as a listener. And now I don't want to hear those in the comment section because I've seen that in a few videos. When was the last time you guys recorded a song? Okay, so I never cooked a steak. But does that mean when I go to eat out and I eat a steak, I don't have the right to have an opinion if the steak is good or bad, or if the meal is good or bad? Just because I'm not a Michelin star chef, I cannot have an opinion on the food that I'm eating.
It's like coaches. Some of the greatest coaches in sports. Never mind, one sport or the other. Some of the greatest sports they've never played.
Or if they did, they weren't very good.
Or if they played, they were not that good.
That's why when you can do, you teach.
Exactly. So does that take away from?
No. How many times have people been in an Uber or in a taxi complaining about the driving skills of the driver of the Uber or the taxi? And they're not either one or the other.
Yeah.
And those guys are doing it for a living. Therefore they should be better than you.
And they can't. Yeah, the people who are in them can't drive at all. So this guy
some
can't
of them
drive
don't even. Some of them don't even have a driver's license.
Exactly.
And here they are pointing out that the Indian Uber driver is no good. So anyhow, the point being is that that's not an excuse. And I only hear people using that as an excuse when they're being criticized.
Yeah.
That's the only time I hear people use that excuse. Because it's like if I'm here pumping somebody's tires, that same band will share the video saying those guys, they know what they're talking about. But if I sat here and said that they were shit, that same band would be saying, what the fuck do they know? They never released a record. So that level of hypocrisy doesn't float here. What I'm saying is I'm not downgrading the quality of the individual musicians within this band, because that quality is there, and I can hear it in the song that the quality individually is there. The song composition, the arrangements of this song, to me, that's where things are lacking. Because a minute over a minute and a half intro for a song of this nature is far too long. And I'll tell you more. You release this song on Spotify, a lot of listeners who never listened to the band before, 30 seconds into that intro, they're skipping to the next song because when the hell is the song starting?
Not even 30 seconds. Dude,
it's too long.
I'm telling you.
This is an algorithm killer.
Exactly. But I'm telling you, that divot where the song's gonna start and then it doesn't start.
Right there, you move on.
Because then in your head I'm like, okay, these guys don't have any I don't have
time for this
sense of when to start.
People these days don't have time.
But then if someone stays, they're gonna be like, okay, maybe I'll give it a chance. And then when they think it's about to hit, the bass comes in and it's still as slow as possible. And then you're like, okay, then I'm giving up.
There's a lot of moments where you can easily pull out of this song. So what I'm saying to you is, first of all, the intro is too long. That's the first. Then if you're gonna go with an intro that long, you have to give a climatic moment. You gotta have coitus when you reach the end of that intro. You have to. You can't just show me nipples. You gotta go full in. You have to. And it has to be like the biggest, most bombastic experience that you're like, dude, oh shit.
Dude.
Like you need that moment.
You need that moment because if you're gonna make me now that's the only time making me wait that long will be worth it. But even in the end, I'm still gonna criticize that. And I go back to songs like A Fen of Shadows, where it has a long, but that song is longer than this one, right?
But that song is also kind of in that mood. Like,
But it's in that thing where it has a long intro. Yet when you get to the climax of the intro, it is the biggest wall of sound, and you know,
and that intro becomes almost part of the. It's part of the
it
journey.
but it becomes also part of the song later on.
Yeah.
So my thing is, there's no excuse for it because
It's not like the song here ended the way it started.
Yeah, and I'm saying there's no excuse for it because bands like that, you know, where, you know, like the song like Fender Shadows, where it does that and then hits you with that wall of sound and it gets you so energized for the rest of the song, and then in the rest of the song it slows down compared to where it was. You know, that's a journey, and
But doesn't matter. At the end, you're already in it.
you're already in it, and that
Even a roller coaster ride, I don't care how crazy the roller coaster ride is, there's going to be moments where you're not always going loop-de-loop.
loop.
You got to sometimes pick up some speed to go up and down, like, you know what I mean?
Very
Like,
true. And so that's where this one falls short. It falls short in the fact that long intro, but not a long enough song.
this is like the roller coaster. You're going all the way up to the top, and it's like, oh, this is going to be a massive drop. And when you get there, it's like,
No,
you know?
it's more like you're going up. Normally, the going up on a roller coaster,
The higher you go means the bigger the drop.
bigger the fall. And you're going really high, and you're like, oh my god, you know, your foreplay is very nice with me, roller coaster. And then instead of like going straight down, like how the Leviathan or
It just goes in a straight line.
it goes like this. It's like it's bringing me down,
But like,
but in a wavy
bumps.
pattern. So it's
In
like
bumps.
it's not even enjoyable. It's almost like I'm on like a wavy road in a car.
So anyways, that's my problem right from the get-go. I think it needed really that big wall of sound after that intro. And then after that, then you can bring it back down. Then you can be creative. Then you can go in different places. And then if you still want to have that big bombastic moment at the end, you can have that big bombastic moment at the end to match the bombastic moment at the start, and then allow the song to go back to the way it started. So you have this full circle. You have this valley that turns into a peak that becomes a valley that then turns into a peak that becomes a valley again. You know, it's like a U shape. You know what I mean? That's how you build it in a more fluid way.
Yeah.
The thing for me that's a little bit upsetting. Well, maybe upsetting is not the right term.
Upsetting, yeah, because it has
Because
all
I
the,
can see this. These guys have all the right condiments. It's just that this song just completely falls flat. I don't know. Anyways, I don't want to kick them while they're down. People are gonna say like, "Oh, you know, why you're being so negative?" Blah blah blah. No, nobody's gonna listen to us. Well, it is what it is.
It is what it is, man.
Now they're all knocking on Aaliyah's door. Like, why the fuck did you?
Why the fuck did you do this?
Why did you give them this video? Fuck you! Why did you do this? You and your good thoughts and your
Canadian
good intentions,
Canadian-like personality.
good intentions. You know what they say about good intentions? Hell is filled with people that had good intentions. Anyhow,
Thanks for the meal, though.
yeah, that was good. That was.
It was
good.
really good
That was
food.
really good. That was really good.
And
yeah.
it was her recommendation, too.
Yeah. The only way it would have been better is if she had paid for the Uber to get there and back. But, you know, beggars can't be choosy.
We gotta pay.
Yeah,
Listen,
beggars
either
can.
way, the bill was shorter than when we went in.
Yeah, that's true. Beggars
When
can't
we
be
walk
choosers.
into a place, you know shit's about to go down.
Yeah, and sometimes it goes down twice. Anyways, and it comes out. Down and out. Anyhow, we're not going to go there. Thank you for watching this video. We'll be back tomorrow with more.
See ya.